tribulations, my heart, my balls, my somebody stop living, somebody come and get me. Little did I know that the Lord was riding with me. The dark, the light, my heart, the fight, the wrong, the right is gone.
Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube fam? This is Samuel Legg here representing Team JVS. This is my review for Batman, Death in the Family, and this is going to be a cross review. So the first part of this review is me talking about just this by itself, okay? And then I'm going to be doing a cross review talking about the digital version and my thoughts of the digital version in comparison to this one. The reality is that there are some amazing gems in the interactivity of this. Like, there's 3 specific pathways you can go. One pathway you go and Jason Todd survives. Another pathway is Batman saves Jason. Another pathway is that he doesn't survive, he dies, just like the comics, which is very interesting, reminiscent of the original. But the one where Jason survives, it leads down this very interesting path where Jason takes a very interesting dark turn. The story is okay for that one. It's just more so reminiscent of like the Hush storyline, honestly. And it is interesting where things go. There's definitely some very interesting characters that I didn't see coming in that one. The one that's going straight down, which is the one that is for if Jason dies. Technically, that's just an overlay of everything that transpired in Under the Red Hood, but I will say that Bruce Greenwood's voice acting and exposition and description and unraveling of the mentality and the circumstance of what happened and recounting what happened in his own mind and his own perspective adds a different layer to the dynamic between Jason Todd and Bruce Wayne that I've never seen before. And I think it was written very well by Brandon Vietti, because he counted him like a son and is very openly spoken. I think that is really great. I think that should have been added to Under the Red Hood as a special feature from the original version. Then you get the one where Jason is saved by Batman. And I don't want to talk about the circumstance behind it, but the experience in this of the way that Batman saves Jason, there are so many intricate paths. It's not just, okay, then let's go just like those other 2 where it's just one straight pathway and then go to the other straight pathway, that's it. Those 2, there's no other decisions. But in this, there are so many different lines that this could go. And a lot of it has to do with justice and retribution, loss, and Jason's soul ultimately. Because even with certain decisions that I made in going down this pathway, it felt like the right decision, but I was like, yo, I'm making this so much worse. And I love that. That interactivity is, I can't even quantify all the different situations. Initially I was thinking about, asking director, and I did have an opportunity to do a Q&A and an interview process. But one of the things I was like, why didn't you just have 4 or 5 or 6 different whole movies just dedicated to these different pathways? The way that the pathway goes just on this section alone, I don't even know how I could even make separate movies for it, because it's a decision-based circumstance that has different ripple effects that are really good. It's actually really good. And it really surprised me. It really surprised me how much content is in this, as well as even the one with exposition. There's a secret character at the end of that one, but in this one there's also several secret different homages and connections to Batman lore that you really don't want to miss, to be quite honest with you. So in terms of the interactivity of this, the only critique that I would have is that the part where it goes towards Hush, I think that they could have done so much more with that and making it more of a concise story and just kind of finishing off and closing off, or even making a branch on the other side, we're making it more intricate. The one where it's just exposition, where Batman just unwrapping everything that happened under Red Hood, I think that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I think the other way they should have really went into more detail. Now, as far as just the review number for that, I think I give this 8.5 or 8 out of 10. I actually really enjoyed the interactivity of this as far as the DVD. Now, as far as the digital copy of this, the digital copy literally, as soon as you start digital copy and you say you're gonna go play, all you get is the exposition side of Under the Red Hood. If you don't go to the alternatives, you don't even know what the heck's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not good enough. That's not it. And I went to, you know, the alternative sides. Yeah, the Hush side where, you know, Robin, you know, survives. It's the same. It's no different, technically. But these other two sections, there's a lot that you're missing. There's a whole lot of sections of story that those branches go into that you are totally missing. And I personally feel like, and this is the thing, this comes with the digital copy. And it doesn't touch this. It's not the same. It's really not the same. It makes me low-key want to go and make, 7 different versions of this and just create it so you guys can be able to see it, because you're missing out of a lot of rich stuff. As well as some of those branches of where that goes, sometimes it does not lead down a good path at all. Like, it leads down a very dark one and a deadly one. There's an interaction between Jason Todd and the Joker. I'm not going to spoil, but I was like, yo, this is amazing. Like, it is so good. And John DiMaggio does such a great job, like, voice acting it. Like, it went there. And, like, if you go to the digital copy, you can kind of see a little bit of it, but it's not the same. It really isn't the same interaction. I feel like the digital copy should have been the same exact thing. The digital copy should be the same exact interaction. If you can do this with a video game, multiple different video games, multiple different interactive movies on a digital scale, you should have been able to do the same exact thing for this on a digital copy. Like, there's so many people that are missing out on some things if they are not buying this. They're going to be probably going through this digital copy and like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like alternative this. And I was like, no, like, this interactive experience is something that you should be able to do digitally. I'm so upset about that, because I wrote this off. I initially wrote this off as not being something that was efficient or needed from a Batman collection standpoint. And thankfully, I'm one of those people that still collect DVDs or Blu-rays, because, you know, otherwise I would have felt the same exact way. And I think that the digital copy is not serviceable to efficiently say what this is really doing. And it makes some amazing different choices, and you're completely engaged in it. But the digital copy is not it. This is. I give this 8 out of 10. As far as the digital conversion, it's not worth. If you're gonna get this, get the Blu-ray, get the physical copy, because the digital is like a 5 out of 10 in comparison. Like, it's not the same. And the shorts so far, when I'm seeing the shorts, they're actually pretty good, but it's not this. Like, this is the full package. And it's sad that you have to get the physical copy to get all that, as opposed to going and getting digital copy and everybody be experiencing the same immersive standpoint. But that was a decision they made. I respect it, but I'm just giving you guys my cool, concise review of it. Hopefully you guys have got something more out of this. Go and check this out. But if you're going to get it, buy the physical copy immediately until there's no more of them, if you can. Hopefully they convert this one day over. And yeah. Talk to you guys later on. Keep it locked. JVS ain't gonna stop. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell button. Peace, guys.